adjust this just a little bit. There we go. Hey, Jack, what's up, buddy? You doing all right? Hey, Throb. How you like the title? Figured you might like that. Hey, Justin, what's going on? Hey, was you on Rob's live? I don't remember seeing you on there. Maybe I missed it. You could have been. Maybe that's just a shot at Rob saying you're on mine, you wasn't on his. I'm shaking the camera here trying to get comfortable. Hey, you velvet tongue fella. How's it going? Nope, I just got home making cookies. What kind of cookies you making, man? Chocolate chip cookies are my favorite cookies. Yeah, I swear, if like a hot batch of chocolate chip cookies that are soft and warm, I could probably eat the whole pan. Thunder Whipper says, nice heading gear. I know, I was trying to correct Rob. I wanted to make sure that he knew what day it was so he didn't lose a day in a week. When you're retired like Rob is, every day's Saturday, so, I mean, he just loses track. Throb says, what's the deal, Justin? I missed you. Justin's laughing. Just says, big, soft, chewy chocolate chip. Well, that's my favorite cookies. Throb says, what can I say? I'm day of the week challenged. I would love to be day of the week challenged. I just got to throw that out there. I would love it if every day was Saturday. Thunder Whisperer, those two folks are just nice people, Rob and Krista. They really are. They're great people, and they're great friends to me. We have a DM on Instagram and stuff. We all put up funny stuff, and that's actually where I put up the singing video. I was in my truck. I just shot this video of me singing, and I thought, what the heck? So I just threw it up on the DM on Instagram, and Rob had some funny comments to throw along with it. Courtney says, hit the like button, players. Hey, thanks, Corey. Corey. I have a couple friends named Corey. I don't know what the crap. Thanks, Courtney. I hope the Poconos are really nice. I've never actually been there. I hope you actually post some pictures of it, because I don't even know what to expect. Is that a beach? I'm thinking it might be like a beach, but I don't even know. I don't even know what it is, but it sounds nice. So I hope y'all have a great time. I should have asked that question a while back, because we've been talking about the Poconos for a few days now. I don't know. Throb Nation says, thanks, Tundra Whisperer. Justin says, I'll drive down and give you some cookies. I appreciate that, Justin. I really do, because I really, really, really like chocolate chip cookies. Jack says, hey, Courtney. Rob says, we love Gear. He's like a father to me. Throbber, I am your father. Actually, I could probably say that better. I have a pretty deep voice, and I could probably actually say that more like James Earl Jones. I probably sound like more like James Earl Jones just talking than I did trying to sound like James Earl Jones. Tundra Whisper says, hi, Courtney. Sean says, Rob, get down here to Tennessee. I'll put you to work. Sounds like a good deal to me. Throb had a sign up said, will YouTube for food, so I don't know what that meant. Courtney, it's the mountain. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you was going to the beach. I guess y'all kind of live close to the beach, though, so the mountains is probably more of a vacation to you all. Let's go ahead and get something out of the way. I always try to do some gun porn. This gun porn is going to be brought to you by Malkoff Devices, Geisley Rails, Trijicon ACOG, Colt Rifle, and some Magpul stock, and maybe a Troy Vert grip and a Magpul magazine. This is one of the only rifles I have that does not have an upgraded trigger. There'll be a review on that coming up, because that's a rifle I've not done yet. But Colt uses some kind of crazy oversized pins, and you have to order like a trigger for that from Geisley that actually costs full price, and I try to buy my Geisley triggers on sale because they're expensive enough as it is. I'll also show you some gun porn of the Zev Custom Glock 19 with a Trijicon RMR and a Surefire X300 Ultra. Gun porn over for the night. Let's get back down here. Where we at? Well, there we go. Thundra, what's up, Cole? How you doing, buddy? Wow, I had too much water. Can barely read this. I know. I got me a little bit of water right here, but there's not much. Not much. Just a little bit to I found out that if I have just a little bit of water to take the edge off, my live streams go a lot smoother. I'm not nervous on the screen anymore. Not that I was really nervous before. I guess the first live stream I ever done, I was probably a little nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't know if I'd have enough comments to keep this thing going because I'm not sure I have enough to talk about to keep a live stream going without some comments. So I was a little nervous about that. But after I did my first one, I was okay. But it just kind of makes it flow a little better. You don't want to get too much. That happened one time. I wound up with a cowboy hat, setting moderators. All kinds of stuff happened that I don't even remember. So you don't want too much water, just a little bit. Throb says Poconos are mountains. Just says, you're Rob's big daddy. Rob, who's your daddy? Courtney says, hey guys. Hey Courtney. Throb Nation says, what you need, Sean? He needs somebody, who knows? They own a big company, so, he can eat anything. He might need you to knead the bread. Wouldn't that be ironic? Ed said, hello, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for up-to-date content. Thank you, Edge. I greatly appreciate that. If y'all haven't subscribed to Rob and Edge's channel, which I'm sure most of the people on here probably have, but if you're not, go check out those channels. They have some really good content. Rob has a lot of great cars, and Edge can cook an egg like nobody's business. Of course, I can't cook eggs, so, I scramble mine because I would bust them every single time. I say that only because if you're not new to my channel, but if you've never been on Edge's channel, he has a video that has like 70,000 views of him cooking an egg. That's the only reason I say that. He has a lot of other great videos, workshop videos, and he does great live streams. But the egg thing is his claim to fame right now with all those views. I mean, it's incredible how many views that egg video's got. Thunder Whisper says, man, after I got done framing this house I'm going to go on vacation. Everyone traveling gives me the vacation itch. I know. I just got back a couple weeks ago, and I'm already ready to go again. I would love to be able to take my dog. We would probably go on more vacations this year if it wasn't for him getting older. But I actually asked my wife the other day if she wanted to buy a condo at the beach like we'd planned on, or if she would rather just sell our house here and buy a house with a pool, because that's one of her big things. She wants a pool. And we got a big backyard, but it's just not a good place to put a pool. And I found a house up in town. I think it's about $245,000. It's something like 3,000 square foot with an in-ground pool and a big koi pond. It's a beautiful home, and I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but it'll be one of those two. So I don't know. So we're still debating on that, but I totally get it. I've got the vacation itch, but it'll probably be less vacation this year than it was last year. I spent 36 days, I think it was, in Florida last year and loved every minute of it. Just said, how was your day? How was my day? My day was pretty good. It was pretty boring at work. I like to tell people at work when my day's boring, John Deere's had a good day. And John Deere did have a good day today, so, my day was a little boring, but overall, wasn't too bad. Chris says, hey to me. Hey, Krista, what's going on? Welcome to the live. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's exactly what I told her in Rob's video. Exactly word for word. I just had to say that. Throb Nation says, you don't know how true that is, Gear, and I'm starving. I know you was talking about being hungry in your live stream. That's why I said it. You was talking about wanting pizza, and you was talking about wanting some popcorn, and I'm pretty sure here you was talking about some Chinese food. So I'm just hoping you're not driving down the road to your local Chinese place trying to dig something out of the dumpster by now. I mean, if it gets that bad, give me a call. I'll wire you some money, and you can actually go inside and eat at that place. I'm just kidding. I would send you money though. I'm not kidding about that. Courtney says, mountains are 2 hours and the beach is an hour and a half. If a beach was an hour and a half for me, I would do every single live stream from the beach. And there would probably be one a day. Edge says, put a Geisley in it. I will if I ever catch one on sale, man. Geisley, all right, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. Geisley triggers are anywhere between like $200 and $300 for a trigger. Just a trigger. Now, I catch them on sale for around 150 to 180, and I will buy them at that price because I save $100. But I've never caught one for a Colt rifle on sale, so it's hard for me to pay $250 for a trigger. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it. I probably will one day. I'll be bored and just want something to do, and I'll order a trigger to put in it, but I've not come across that day yet. Throb says, "Where are you going, TW?" That's a good point. Where are you going? If you're going on vacation, where you want to go? You want to go to the beach? You want to go to the mountains? Where are you heading to? Ed says, "No FN." No, no, I don't even own an FN right now. I had to think about it. I don't own an FN right now. I traded my FN for a Tavor. That was the stupid trade the guy at Smoky Mountain Knife Works made. He could have got so much more out of that, and he traded me even. But I will be, one day getting an FN, a few FNs. I got a few FNs I'll wind up with one day. Don't want nothing to happen, but eventually one day I'll wind up with a couple FNs. It'll be a 5.7 and a PS90, so they're both 5.7 caliber. Both those guns are really nice. I may wind up doing a review on them, but I do like both of them. Dan says, "Hey, dear, how are you doing?" I'm doing pretty good, sweetie. I hope you're doing well. Hope you got supper ready whenever I get home. I know what you meant. Sean says, "Going to put you in a monkey suit, and you're working the wedding next weekend." That'd be awesome. I'd love to see Rob in a monkey suit and see him working at a wedding in a monkey suit. That would be great. Thunder Whisper said that handgun had a nice rack on it. I mean, laser. Yeah, it don't have a laser. It actually just has a light. I'm not a huge laser advocate. My wife's home defense does. It's got a red dot on it though. Red dots are really the way of the future for these. Here, let me do something. It is clear now. Red dots are the way of the future, and so I had to get one to see what that was all about. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I can actually turn it up brighter. There it is. So you can see the red dot in that. That's really kind of the way of the future. And you really got to train with them to be seriously. I mean, seriously, they're not as quick an acquisition as you would think they would be. They're not like shooting a rifle. A rifle you have, 4 points of contact. You have your front hand, your grip, you have the stock, and you have your cheek welds. You have 4 points of grip or 4 points of contact on a rifle. So it really lines up well every single time. Well, a handgun can actually move. There's 2 points of contact. Your grip, and for those of y'all that don't know, let me show you the correct grip. Put it in your hand, pretty much straight like this. This hand wraps, goes like this and wraps underneath. You put a lot of pressure with your left hand, thumbs forward like this, and that's the correct handgun grip. If you didn't know it, that's just if you didn't know it. But you really got to practice with a red dot on a pistol. It's not as easy with a rifle. Just saying, man, I'm so behind. Oh man, good God, I'm behind. All right, found it. Let's see here. Throb Nation says, "By the way, Gear, something's wrong with your hat." I know it's really nice looking. It's not flat bill like yours. It's real nice and curved. Keeps the sun out of your eyes really well. Justin says, "You should try drinking more water. Your lives make it more fun." May do that again someday, but tonight's not tonight. I've not had nowhere near enough water to go get a cowboy hat yet. Ed says, "Leave it to us. We won't let it stop." I know, right? I appreciate that too. If I throw in stories like I did right there, I definitely won't stop because I'll be so far behind it'll take me 30 minutes to get caught up. Dan the car man said, "Well, anyway, I figured I'd pick up when I left off. I know a lot of you people are saying I shouldn't buy a Ford. However, it's pretty cheap and it's economical. It depends on what year it is. Do not get an EcoBoost. I mean, it's your money. I'm not telling you don't buy it, but I'm saying it's not as safe as it should be. That's all I'm going to say. I know you watched my video. I know you heard everything I said because you commented on it. You can make your decisions out of that, but I cannot recommend Ford. I've had 2 that were lemons. Rob had 2 that were lemons. I've had people at work that had bad ones, had issues with them. I mean, I don't. It's your money and you spend it on what you want to. My recommendation is run the opposite direction. That's all I'm saying. I would rather buy a used vehicle of something else as a new Ford. That's me personally. I'm sure there's some Ford fans on here. I'm sorry. I have a video coming out tomorrow that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people's going to be butt hurt probably. And it's not like I'm down in Ford again. I'll tell y'all what the video is titled. I'm not going to tell you what's about. You have to, watch that. But it's the 5 reasons the Tundra is better than the F-150. It's funny that you're looking at an F-150 and I have a video I shot today coming out called that. So, you know, I got a ton of, subscribers off my last couple of videos that had F-150 Tundra comparisons. So I said, let's ride that pony till until it dies. I'm so shameless. I don't know. Sean says that was fun gear. Yeah, I don't even remember it. Courtney says Thunder is making it rain. Whew, man, he is. Thunder says it's freaking alluring. Luring? Tundra Whisperer says, are there any Tundra meetups planned for this summer? I don't know of any. My channel started out as a gun channel, and mainly most of my views come off my Tundra, and, I try to give people what they want. So, if they like the Tundra videos, I'll do that. And I am going to do some more videos. My dad has a newer model Silverado. I think it's the 2015. So I'll be doing the video of that and the comparison of the Tundra. It probably won't be as bad as the Ford one was because his truck's been better than my Ford one. I got a buddy at work that has a newer model Dodge Ram. I'm going to do the same thing with it. And I don't know anybody that owns a Nissan Titan, so I may have a problem trying to find a Titan. But if I can find a Titan, I'll do that, and that pretty much covers all the full-size pickups. Shades, buddy, what's going on? You may not even still be on here. I don't know by now because it's been 30 minutes probably since you left that comments. Welcome to the live, my man. Dude, that really sucks about your car. I seen that picture and I was like, there ain't no way. Surely goodness that's not real. And then I seen it was, and I was like, oh, that's just awful. I feel so bad for you. Seriously, it's awful. And I'm here. YouTube sent me no notification. They do that to me all the time, man. There's a lot of times I don't get a notification. I hit the bell on a lot of people's. You, Edge, Rob, and I got to be honest. And there's more of them that I hit notifications on. I don't know if you know, all would know all the channels, but there's more of you all and more people. But really and truly, the only person that I get notifications for every time they go live is Rob. Throb Nation is the only one, and I didn't get one the other day when he had to actually, redo it like 3 or 4 times. I didn't get the last one, but I got like the first 3, and I've never missed a live stream and not got a notification that Rob was live. I don't know why, but I always get his, but other people's, they don't send it to me all the time. Dan says, hey, Ed, I have a question. So I just tested a 2008 Toyota Tundra extended cab. Some configuration is yours. Do you have a shift dog? You have any shift? Oh, shift bog. Sorry, I read that as dog. I must have had more water than I thought. When you're at lower speeds, like driving through town, I've not noticed anything like that. Seriously, I've not noticed anything. It's not Ed, it's Andy, and Chris is spelled with a C. I had to throw that in there. No, I've not noticed anything like that. No shift bog or anything like that. Mine shifts well. I don't have any issues with mine. I love my truck. It's probably the best vehicle I've actually ever owned. Justin says, yo, Shades, what's up? Throb Nation, I'm fixing to storm here. Oh, it's fixing to storm here, y'all. I hope we don't have a twister. I hope you don't have a twister either. But just think about this. If you're all safe, you don't have to sell your house. I'm just kidding. I don't want you nothing like it to happen. I'd rather you sell it. I hope y'all stay safe. I hope it doesn't storm too bad. We just have rain here. We've not really had any tornadoes or anything like that, but it has poured down. I had a buddy at work that couldn't even get back to his house the other day. It rained so hard. But no, I don't want you to have a tornado. Seriously, I don't want anything like that to happen. That was a stupid joke. I shouldn't even said it. Thunder said, but actually I have some bad news. The Tundra is probably going to be sold. Are you getting something else or are you just selling it? Dan says, because it seems like every time I was driving in the city, the transmission would bog like crazy. And I also noticed that on the interstate, the truck could not keep speed very well. I've not noticed any of that. I took mine on a 14-hour trip to Florida, and I had no problems at all in my Tundra. Jack says, I'm going deep sea fishing soon. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've never been deep sea fishing. If you've never been, I hope you don't get sick. I've heard horror stories about that. So if you've never been, I hope you don't get sick. If you have been, you probably know what to expect, so you're probably good to go. But it does sound like a lot of fun. Thunder Whisperer says, I put a pool in 4 years ago and it was well worth the money. I I would do that here. I just really don't have anywhere to put it. So if we wind up getting a pool, we would just have to sell this house and buy another one. I don't know what's going on. It is hot in this place. Um, I've got a house I'll sell you, Gear. Plenty of room for a pool too. I tell you what, if you pick it up and move it down here, we'll talk. But I ain't living up north. Too cold up there. Y'all just now started getting some heat here just a few weeks ago. Goodness gracious, I mowed the yard in February. Justin said I might move to that bigger house. Why is everyone moving? I just want a pool. That's the only reason. We've not totally decided on buying a house here. Our dream has always been to have one at the beach, but we always said if we bought a house here with a pool, we probably wouldn't buy the house at the beach. So, that's up in the air. I did find one that was really, really nice. The basement was fully finished. Had a brick fireplace down there and oak cabinets and bookshelves. I mean, it was a really, really nice house. Had a gazebo on the deck on the top. Half the deck was a gazebo. It was nice. Um, just says Throb. That house already has a pool. Yeah, right now it might. We're drained. He gets stuck to me more times that lawnmower. He'll dig one out. Ed says I'm not moving. Dan, if all else fails, go to Burger King. If you have one and get some chicken sandwiches, you're pretty cheap and they're actually quite filling. I like the chicken sandwiches at Burger King. I'm not a big fan of our burgers at our Burger King because sometimes they don't get them done, but usually the chicken is usually done. Throb Nation says yes, Justin, but I never owned it. Tundra Whisperer says going to Montana, Rob, going to catch fresh fish right out of the Dearborn River. That sounds pretty nice vacation right there. I could probably get down with that in the summer. But in the winter, I don't know about that. Justin, I haven't eaten anything today. Boy, these cookies have their destiny all set. I'd say they do if you've not ate anything today. If I get started working, I don't have to eat. I forget about eating, I guess. But if I just sit around the house all day and don't do nothing, I starve to death. I was so hungry today from being bored that it was crazy. Ed says FNX Tactical 40 or FNX 45 Tactical is what I want. Me too, and I want one in FDE, and I want one with an Trijicon RMR on it. I actually commented on one of them the other day. There's a place in North Carolina that contacted me on Instagram and said if I wanted anything, give them a holler. And I may wind up going over there sometime. It's a couple hours from me and testing out an FNX 45 for the channel. If I can get a few more guns lined up, I'll probably do a few videos on that. But they did contact me and offer some services. Dan the Car, man, in my opinion, FN are overrated. They make some really nice stuff. I've owned several FN rifles and a few FNX or a few FN handguns. The handgun I wasn't real impressed with. It was a 9mm, and I didn't like how it felt in my hand. I liked how it felt when I was holding it, but not shooting it, if that makes any sense at all. But I would love to shoot an FNX 45. They just seem so awesome. Justin says, Whisper, I'm jelly. Montana's beautiful. Have you been to Montana too, Justin? You just travel. I thought I traveled a lot. Justin's a traveler. I go to the same place. I travel, but I go to the same place. Justin's, broadens his horizons. Throb Nation sounds great, TW. Good eating. I'd say it will be. Thunder Whisperer. Now isn't green lasers better? Thought I've heard that before. Green lasers are brighter. You can see green lasers in the daylight where red lasers you cannot see as well. To see a red laser in the daylight, you almost have to point it at the ground and follow it with your eye to the target, and it's still very, very dim. The first green laser I ever seen was in my buddy's gun store, and he said, "Watch this," and it wasn't on a gun or nothing. He just had the laser, and the door was shut, and he shined it through the door across a 4 lane in and hit the door on the animal hospital across the road, and that was probably 200 yards away, and you could see it like it was nothing. And so green lasers are a lot brighter, and they're a lot more expensive too. Ed says red dots are great, but can't afford. Yeah, that red dot right there was pretty expensive. I ain't even gonna lie. That's probably the only why I've only got one of them. I wasn't willing to sink that much money in another little bitty red dot. I mean, that thing is tiny. Carlos, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Carlos. Thanks for being on the live. Hope you had a great day. Courtney says, I didn't know it. I probably forgot what you didn't know. Dan says, hey, Gear, I didn't know you were left-handed, or are you ambidextrous? I can shoot either hand, but I'm right-handed, mainly. I can shoot either hand, though. I'm a better shooter right-handed. I'm a better shooter both-handed. But, if I have to shoot strong or weak hand, my right hand is way better. Jack says, hey, Carlos. Ed says, I missed the part where you grab your crotch. I missed the part where you grab your, I'm assuming that's crotch. When did I do that? How much water have I had? Throb Nation, so Gear, how about that song? I've got my skivvies all ready to throw at you on the screen. Yeah, I won't be singing live. That's a little bit much. That's just for you all, man. That's just for you. Courtney says, still have the kill shot over you there. Yep. I still have the kill shot. Pew, pew, pew. All about vehicles, 900 subs. Geez, I got 940 right now, Keenan. And a video coming up tomorrow that next couple days, hopefully, will break me the 1,000 mark. So I don't know if everybody knows this. I'm sure y'all probably do. But over the weekend, I gained like 400 subs. It was crazy. I every time I looked down, I was getting like 30 subs, and I was like, goodness gracious. And I appreciate it. I really do. It's great. It was awesome. But yeah, I'm at 940. On Rob's live, I checked, and it was 940. Throb Nation, I think your hat has Peyronie's. Peyronie SP disease. I may not say that right. My reading may not be great. Carlos, you meant to spell that out as how it sounds so I can read that. I don't know. Carlos, hi, Justin, Jack, and Krista. Justin says, good to see you here, Carlos. It's very good to see you. It's good to see all of you here. I appreciate it. Carlos says, good to be here. Throb says, hey, Carlos. Sean says, Gear, got to go. Have a good night, everybody. Hey, thank you for coming, Sean. I appreciate it. Sean's probably long gone by now because God only, that was at 9:09, and I don't even know what time it is. So who knows if he's still on here. But if you are still on here, yeah, that's a long time ago. I'm way behind. If you are still on here, have a good night, Sean. Hope you don't work too hard. Just says good night, Sean. Throb says, see you, Sean. I'll email my application. Dan retracted. Carlos says, Throb Nation. Rob says, the people want a song, Gear. How about Convoy? I'm a little hoarse now. That's one thing about, I don't know if y'all can see this. I got a scar right here. They thought I had cancer a few years ago, and they biopsied my lung, and scar tissue has built up around my vocal cords. So if I talk a lot like I have right here, I can't sing because I get hoarse. I don't know if y'all can tell it or not, but I get more hoarse as the night goes on. And it's because that scar tissue irritates my vocal cords more and more as the night goes on. So the more I talk, the more hoarse I get. So I can't sing for long periods of time. So this is going, our song recording contract and and all the gigs we play is going to be short gigs, Rob. We can't play long gigs. It's going to be like, 5 or 6 songs. Tell everybody good night and hit the bricks. Just says, sing the song you sung earlier dedicated to Rob. Can't do it. I can't. After I've talked this long, I can't do it. I've been here 30 minutes and there's no way I can sing right now. It says, hey, Dan the Car Man, FN is comfortable for me over a lot of other manufacturers. I mean, they do make a comfortable gun. It was just the FNX 9mm, I think it was, I had, was just uncomfortable for me to shoot. It didn't fit my big hand very well. Throb says, yes, yes. Jack says, how much is he paying you? LOL. Paying me or Rob? Because I only get 3 cents on every $1,000 from Rob's contract. Dan says, now I was considering buying a GMC Sahara or Silverado. However, I find out that the single cab variances, the seats don't go back far enough and they don't recline far enough and it's too cramped. My dad has a 4-door Silverado and that is going to be one of my complaints. The seats do not go back far enough. There's not enough room in that truck. I totally agree. And that's in the 4-door. Throb Nation says, LOL Jack. King of Crease, it's Saturday. It is to Rob. Hey, welcome, King of Crease. I appreciate you being here. It is to Rob. Rob, every day is Saturday to Rob now. Every day is Monday to me, just about. Justin says, now I want a Tundra, and it's all your fault. All my fault? Hey, it's a great vehicle. I mean, it is a great vehicle. I have to say it. It's probably the best vehicle I've ever owned. As far as trucks, now, it's probably the best vehicle I've ever owned, period. But you can't compare a Toyota Tundra lifted with 35s to a 522 horsepower 300ZX twin turbo. Apples and oranges. I loved my 300. I really miss it. I miss the speed. But overall, the Tundra is probably the best vehicle I've ever owned. Just says, hey, King. King says, hi, Edge. Scott, I finally got back gear. Rob was done, so everyone is here. Very good. Hey, Scott, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. I'm probably way behind, so that comment was at 9:13 and it's 9:20 something, so I'm probably 10 minutes behind. Carlos, hey, KOTC. Shades, thanks, Gear. Appreciate the sympathy and support. Definitely sucks, but we will build her back to glory, hopefully better than it was. Hopefully it is. I really do hope that for you. King of the Crease says, yo, Rebel. Edge says, what's up, Carlos? Throb Nation says, hey, Scott. Carlos says, hey, Brian. King of the Crease says, Carlos. Thunder Whisper says, LOL Rebel. You'll love it if you get one. You really will. I don't think you can go wrong with a Tundra at all. I really like my Tundra. Just that I know I would. And Throb Nation says, have you ever taken a cruise, Gear? Where you see, I've never taken a cruise. My wife will never get on a cruise. She don't like thinking about being that far out in the water. We've talked for a few years now about going to the Bahamas. I've never been. She's never been. We've been pretty far south, like down in Miami over the winter, but never been to the Bahamas. And we will probably do that in the next couple years if I was guessing. But we will fly down. We won't take a cruise. I heard cruises are great. I heard a lot of people love cruises, but I've never been on one. Carlos, I want a T100. Those were solid. I had a buddy that had a T100, and it was a great truck, I have to say. Mike, hey, all you crazy people. Hey, Mike, what's up, buddy? Glad you could make it tonight. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good day. Hope you didn't work too hard. I didn't work too hard. Justin, just get a Walmart pool for $5. I actually thought about that. I did. Just to appease my wife, because she can hear me, so I have to talk low. But to appease her for a little while, I thought about it. She won't watch this video, so she won't know I said that. Carlos, hey, Mike. Rebel says, Mike. Krista says, hey, Mike. A Weeble Wobble. Whataburger is where it's at. Whataburger. I've never had a Whataburger. Is that a place to eat? And welcome to the live stream. Is that a place to eat? Seriously? I don't know. Edge, the T100 was a great. I worked at a Toyota when they were in production and loved driving them. That's what made me want a Tundra. Yep, they're great. There's actually a Chinese restaurant down here because Rob was talking about wanting a Chinese food. And there's a Chinese restaurant here, and that guy's had that T100 that owns that place forever, and he's still driving it. Jack says, hey, Mike. King of the Crease says, hey, Mike. Aficionado, hey, Gear. Hey, Aficionado. Welcome to the live stream, buddy. Glad you could make it tonight. How's the weather been down there in Florida? Is it raining or is it beautiful? One thing I could ask you is if you could make it beautiful the first week of August, I would appreciate it if you have control of that. Rob says, Scott, that information is top secret. However, all will be revealed on the channel soon. Did I miss a comment? Or is that just that far behind? Fish says, what's up, everybody? VCG says, yo, Gear, what's up, Vince? Hey, thanks for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate it. How's your day been? Did you work very hard? I seen some drywall stuff going up. I've been so busy, I've not had time to watch very many channels. I've got to get caught up on your videos, and I've got to get caught up on a couple of Rob's videos. It's just been crazy busy last few days. I gave away the multi-tool on the last live stream on like Thursday, I think it was. Yesterday, I shot all the videos. I told Rob it's going to be like a month before I got it to him. I shot all the videos yesterday of me using that multi-tool. And so all that's done. I may actually get that multi-tool sent out to you tomorrow, Rob. I believe it depends on what time we get up. I think the post office closes at noon, so if I can get up and get motivated, I know I'll be up by noon, but if I can get motivated to get to the post office, I'm going to try to mail it out to you tomorrow. But there'll be videos of that coming up. Tomorrow's video was the one I just told y'all about, and then Sunday's video will be the first one of the review of the multi-tool, and Monday's video will be how to use most of the tools in it. I don't know if I used them all. I probably didn't use the pliers, because everybody knows how to use pliers and stuff like that. But I show y'all how to do some pretty cool stuff in there, I think. So, you know, that video will be up Tuesday. So about the time Rob is getting his multi-tool, will be about the time all the videos are up. So you can see how to use it. Carlos says, hi, Fish. Jack says, hey, Fish. VCG says, big fish, what's up, buddy? Edge says, hey, Sense? He might mean Carlos or Fish. Carlos says, yo, Vince. Or I bet he means Vince. Sorry, Vince. When I seen Vince, I was like, I bet he means Vince. Carlos says, yo, Vince, are you stalking me? I doubt it. Vince is a pretty cool guy. I like Vince. Oh, there it is, Vince. Mike says, hey to anyone I missed. Vince says, Mr. De La Cruz. Ed says, J-Fish. King of the Crease says, VCG in the house. Yes, he is. Throbnation says, VCG, spokesmodel for skinny jeans. Oh, man, that's funny. Y'all had a good live stream the other night with everybody on there. That was a good live stream. I enjoyed watching that. Carlos De La Cruz, LOL, Rob. I know skinny jeans. You ought to quit wearing them skinny jeans. It's got to be easier to do construction without that. Thunder Whisperer, Rebel. My parents live in Sims Mountain, so I have a place to stay as well. It's a beautiful state. Oh, Montana, sorry. I was thinking Mountain, Montana. I know Courtney's in the mountains, sorry. Montana, so I have a place to stay as well. It's a beautiful state. It's always good when you have a place to stay and you don't have to spend money on a condo or a hotel or a townhouse or bed and breakfast or whatever you spend money on to stay at. Dan, what's the Whataburger? I've never heard of them before. Me neither. Just for the record, I always like to stay in condos. It's a little more private, you know. That's what we had a cabin this past weekend in Pigeon Forge. I like my privacy when I do that. And when I stay at a hotel, I feel like I don't have a lot of privacy, and you hear people banging on the walls and running around everywhere and running down the halls and slamming doors, and it makes me mad. VCG, what's up, Rob? You know it. I know, right? Skinny jeans. Eddie Smallhorn, hey gang. Hey Eddie, what's up, buddy? I appreciate you showing up. I got to catch up on Real Estate Whispers videos too. I got her first one this week. I didn't catch her live stream. I think there was actually like 4 or 5 live streams going on just a minute ago at one time. VCG, hey Eddie. King of the Crease says, yo Eddie. Eddie says, Vince. Throb Nation says, LOL. Weathering the storm. VCG, what's up, buddy? Mike says, Eddie, long time no chat. I think VCG was just doing a live stream the same time Rob was, and I think Real Estate Whispers doing one all at the same time. Eddie says, hey, King of the Crease. Carlos, hey Eddie, let's do some pickup truck trivia. I don't know if I'm good at pickup truck trivia. If y'all got any questions though, hey, let's see who can answer them. VCG, no time for all that bullshit. Eddie, LOL, Carlos. Eddie, hello, Mike. Long time no talk. I'm guessing he was just on a live stream. Justin, if Cole doesn't have a job opportunity for me next year, I'll be moving to Montana. I know a lot of people there. It's where I belong. I mean, if you like that place and you're young enough, man, and you can uproot and go, and I say do it. I mean, if it doesn't bother you to uproot and move like that, follow your heart. Do something you like doing. And if you do something you like doing, it's never work. Always remember that. If you enjoy what you're doing, it's never a day of work. I go to work every day. Just saying. Scott, try this again. Hey, Krista, how are you getting a 2013 getting a 2013 Beamer? LOL. I tried to throw LOL and BMW all at the same time and it didn't work. Poor Gear's behind on the comments. I am way behind on the comments. So let's get caught up here a little bit. King of the Crease, those Southern guys talk slow when I have a story I do. Dan, yep, sadly, I'm a lefty, the oddball of the group. Of course, I've always been told that left-handed people tend to slightly smarter. I don't know if that's true or not. I've always heard that too. A Weeble Wobble, Whataburger is the greatest fast food joint. They're only in the South. We don't have them here, and I've never seen them in like Florida or anything like that. But if I run across one, I will definitely try it. Throb Nation, Gears Ambidextrous. He has calluses on both hands, if you know what I mean. I know what you mean. Justin, I agree. Whataburger is awesome. At Throb Nation, he's such a kidder. He would know though, because you'd have to have both calluses on both hands to know what both calluses look like on both hands. So he's a long-time callus wearer of sorts. Krista says, "Hey Scott, no 2013 BMW for me. Maybe someday." Throb Nation says, "LOL." Jack says 942 subs. Nice. I appreciate it. Mine says 942. Hadn't checked that in a few minutes. I've gained quite a few today actually. Probably 25 today or something like that. It slowed down for a little while and picked up a little bit. Hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll be at 1,000 and I can go ahead and get my AdSense set up and stuff like that. Scott says, "Oh, I forgot, Rob. It's top secret." VCG said, "What up, Rebel?" Eddie says, "Whataburger is good, but I prefer Cane's. I've never had Cane's either." VCG, that's awesome gear. I'm going to smash through 1,000. Getting really close, VCG. I appreciate it. I got like 400 subs last weekend. It was a pretty crazy weekend. They just shot up. So I appreciate everybody subbing to the channel, and I'm getting really close to that 1,000 mark. I've not decided what I'm going to do for my 1,000 sub giveaway because I just had a 500 sub giveaway like 2 weeks ago, and I really didn't think I would have to plan that out this soon. But I did contact a couple people, and I'm seeing what I can do for a decent giveaway. Throb Nation says, "Yep, Scott, got to tune in to see." It may be a little after 1,000 views because I'm hitting it pretty quick, and I really, really didn't see that coming that fast, so I've not had time to plan that. So it may be 11 or 1,200 views or subs, before I actually do the giveaway, but I'm planning something. It just may take me a minute to get it all put together. Mike says, the time is 9:22. What time is it now? 9:36. Oh my God. Justin says, "Oh wow, does that scar make your voice deep too?" It was always deep, but it might have deepened it a little bit more. Dan says, "That is true, and however, I always found Rugers were just as good as FN at a fraction of the cost." Ruger's a good gun. They make a pretty good gun, except some of their newer stuff is not as good as their older stuff. Stay away from some of their newer guns. They jam quite a bit. Krista says, "Scott, yes, I love the little convertible. It would take a lot for me to get rid of it." I had a Z3 one time. I really liked it too, but I'm 6'3", and it was 5'2", and I didn't fit in it. Dan said, "Rebel Rouser, don't get the Tundra, get a Titan instead. You might like it better." I doubt it. Scott says, "I tend to want TMI ahead of time, Rob, LOL." Just said, "How are you holding the camera, or is it on a mount?" It's on a mount, and then I got my hand up here just hitting the screen to make sure that I don't lose the comments. And that's why it might wiggle just a little bit. If it is, I'm sorry. but it's on a tripod. Throb Nation says, okay, Scott, I'm just glad you're interested. Justin said, Dan, you better watch it. Justin said, LOL. Scott, take care, gear. Yes, you are way behind. Hey, take care, Scott. I appreciate you being here. If you're not on here, I'm sorry, but have a good night. Just I need some used 2015 Tundras for under 22K. Under $22,000 for a two. I see some. Okay, I thought you said you. God, I'm trying to read so fast I can't keep up. VCG Yo King of the Crease just says they have a lot of miles though. Yes, if you find one for that price on a 2015, they're gonna have a lot of miles. VCG at Gear, very smart to talk softly. Thanks, I appreciate it. Chris, or very smart to talk. Oh, probably for the scar. I see what you're saying. Chris says, Gear, you are too funny. VCG says King of the Crease. Chris says, hey VCG. VCG's, hey Krista, nice to see you. How have you been? Just says, poor Pam. Being talked about behind her. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I forgot I did that. I see what you're talking about now about speaking softly. I get it. Poor Pam being talked about behind her back. I guess it's her fault for not watching. See, I had to read that comment low. It's her fault. Hi, Courtney. Chris said, I'm pretty good, Vince. How are you doing? Dan says, I'll tell you one thing, Gear. You definitely have the gift of gab. I've been told that. Somebody at work told me the other day, said, if anybody in the world can make money talking, it's going to be you. I used to get suckered into helping people work when I was a supervisor online because they'd start a conversation about just guns or something, and I'd stand there and help them make seats or whatever it was for like an hour till they rotated because they didn't like doing it because they got me talking about something that I enjoyed. And that's who told me that. Courtney says, hi, King. VCG says, I'm good, Krista. Thanks for asking. Chrissy says, hi, Courtney. Carlos says, hi, Courtney. Courtney says, hi, Krista and Carlos. VCG Gear, you are gentlemen. We're good. Thanks for asking. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Throb Nation, that's great gear. I can't wait to be able to say I possess Gear's tool. Yeah, tell everybody that. It even has my name on it. VCG Construction, hi Courtney, and that's all thanks to Jack. I can't take credit for that. I'm not taking credit for the giveaway. All I did was review it, test it, use it some, and supply the giveaway. Jack's the man. Everybody thank Jack, or you need to thank Jack. Rebel says, did you see where Gatto is? Absolutely beautiful beach. I did, and it is a beautiful beach, and I'm a little jealous. Mike says, Throb LOL. Chris says, anytime Vince. Renaissance says, first. Yep, you're first right in the middle. Mike says, through man cometh. Carlos, whoa, Ren man. I know, first. Renaissance, says Justin. Aficionado Renaissance, you cheated. He's always first. Krista says, hey, Renaissance. Carlos said, he sure did fish. Renaissance says, hey, Carlos, did you get that? A restraining order. You need to be 5 live streams away from me. Now that's funny. King of Crease is laughing. Carlos is laughing. Mike's laughing. Aficionado's laughing. Justin says, you buy a condom, would you lie? If you buy a condom, would you live there or would you rent it out part-time? I didn't live in a condom. If I would have ever lived in a condom, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Yeah, if I'd lived in a condom, I wouldn't be on this live stream. But I would probably rent it out if I bought a condo. I know what you meant, but it was kind of funny. Apparently they forego the condo or condom, which is why I'm here. Renaissance, you ain't cheating. You ain't trying, fish tornado. Renaissance says, hey, Krista. Carlos retracted. Mike wrote in spell check, Rebel. I know, right? That was funny. Renaissance Joe Justin. Rebel said condo, not condom. LOL. Justin says, Courtney. Renaissance, I don't need condoms, Justin. That is one product I buy new. That is exactly right. I'm definitely not living in one, and I definitely wouldn't buy one used to live in if I was going to. I lived in one back in the 80s, Justin. Says Mike. Renaissance at Justin. I suggest you do the same. Renaissance says, at Roten, a condom. Justin says, I want to use I would want a used condom either. I would want a used. Man, you really need to watch that spell check. Renaissance says, "Hey Courtney." Justin says, especially if it was gears. Maybe he doesn't need to check his spell check. Maybe that's what he meant to say. Oh, if it's mine, you could live in it, Justin. You could just walk right in it. Fish says, ribbed for my pleasure. Mike says, yep. Courtney says, hey, Rennie. Rebel says, what did I start? I know, right? You did start it. King of the Crease, a new videos coming out, Courtney. Or are any new videos coming out. VCG, don't let people pie steal gears bandwidth. Smash the like button. Hey, I appreciate that, Vince. Thank you very much. Don't let poopy pie steal gears bandwidth. Thank you very much. Everybody hit the like button. I forget to say that. I forget to do that, honestly, when I'm on lives until somebody says something or towards the end. I always do it. Anybody's live stream I'm on, I always hit the like button, but I usually forget till towards the middle or the end. I ain't gonna lie. Justin says, my family and friends are all scattered, so moving to Montana wouldn't be a big deal. But then I'd be far from Andy and Brian and Courtney. You would be. Because right now you're not really that far from all of us. You're kind of in the middle. Renaissance says, at King, yes, whether you should rent or buy a summer condom at the shore. Huh. I don't know. It might get hot in them condoms at the shore, but it might float. You could probably blow it up and use it as a flotation device if a hurricane come through. Thunder Whisperer, give one of your rifles away just for thought. No, no. I don't even know how that would even work. I'm not sure that's legal, but that probably wouldn't happen anyway. Jack says 20 watching, 17 likes. Yahoo! I appreciate that. I really do. Dan says, "Hey Gear, I know what you could do for 1,000 subs. Go over to Rob's house and shave his head." Hey, I could do that. I mean, 1,000 subs. If Rob lets me shave his head, I'll go over and shave it, I guess. I mean, I'll take a weekend off and run up there and do it. Mike says a Tundra would make a nice giveaway. Yeah, probably would. I'll call Toyota and see if they'll give me one. Uh, can Yeah, I give mine away, but the payment comes with it. It ain't, it don't come cheap. King of the Crease, LOL Renaissance. King of the Crease says Courtney thumbs up. Just says a condo would be a good giveaway. Yeah, that's not gonna happen either. Renaissance. I tell you what, if I got to like PewDiePie level, I might give one away. If I was making $8 million a year, we'd talk about it then. So if y'all can get me to like 50 million subs, we'll talk about that. Renaissance says the bend in that brim is strong, my friend. Yeah, it is. This is the way we wear our hats down here in the South. I'm trying to get Rob to do his that way. He won't even try it. I think if he tried it, he'd like it. Seems it fits better on your head too. It's more conformed. Eddie said, I love my SR9. Have used since my days on the force. The SR9 is probably one of the last really good guns that Ruger put out. Some of the, like the American, I've seen tons of videos where they had problems with that. I've never actually shot one, but I've seen tons of videos from reliable people that had a lot of issues with that gun. Mike says, OCB for life, R man. Sorry, my eye's starting to burn. I don't know what it is. So some of these comments are getting blurry. Renaissance says, yo, Eddie. Mike says, good luck on the game show, Eddie. Renaissance says, when is the OCB convention next year? Eddie says, hey, Ren. Eddie says, thanks, Mike. Are you going on a game show? Did I miss something? Did I not read something? Did I read over something? Just says, cool that you like to talk. Breaks the silence of awkwardness. Me? I hope there's not a lot of awkward silence. Awkward silence is my biggest fear on my live streams. I ain't even gonna lie. Seriously, it's my biggest fear. Y'all quit commenting, the live stream ends. King of the Crease, Renaissance. Don't you mean the EDC convention? I see what you're saying. You're talking about the EDC band? Renaissance. Finger gun sound you make, bang, bang, or pew, pew. Comment below. Pew, pew. That's what I make. Pew, pew life. They have shirts that say that. Courtney says, hi, Vin. Just says, bang, bang. Mike says, bang, pew. Carlos says, pew, pew, which is what I do. Renaissance says, at King. No, the overcurved brim convention. That's right. I see what you're saying there. Okay, it took me a minute. I didn't take me a minute. It took me you saying it. King of Crease is laughing out loud. Eddie says, ding, ding. I think you're shooting blanks. Renaissance, ha ha. Here comes the condom stream of comments. Ha 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 ha. Fish says, boom, boom. Eddie says, where could this go? I know. Keenan says, hey, Gear, I'm back. Hey, Keenan, how's it going, buddy? I'm way behind in case you've not noticed. It's 9:43 on this comment, and it's 9:48. I'm gaining. Aficionado says, hey, Keenan, just says, I wouldn't want to use condoms just to clear the hair. Me neither. I don't blame you. You might use it as a slip and slide, though. Just saying. Carlos, funny thing is, Justin Spellchecker goes straight to condoms. Good for you, Justin. How many times has he wrote out condoms for his spell check to go to condoms? Hashtag just saying. Justin's laughing. Mike's laughing. Dan, the car man, I think I'm the furthest one out because I live in Idaho. Yeah, you probably are tonight. Every once in a while, I'll have somebody on here that's a little bit further, but tonight you probably are the furthest one out if I was guessing. Just says my autocorrect has a dirty mind. Mike says, LOL Krista. Renaissance says, really, Rebel? You felt you needed to clear the air about what type of condo you would buy. Condom he would buy. Carlos says, LOL Ren Man. Just says, LOL Renaissance. So you are the one who lives in Idaho. He is the one that lives in Idaho. Courtney says, we would meet you at Throbs. All right, hold him down. He might put up a fight. And we can't catch him asleep because Krista done said we can't do that. He'll wake up. So I'm going to need 2 people to hold him down. I've got some shears right over there, and we'll shave a big Florida gator in the back of his head. I like that idea. Go Gators. Actually, the Florida Gators are fixing to play the College Women's World Series. I've been watching that on TV. I do believe Washington just beat #1 Oregon right now. I missed the final score, but they were ahead a minute ago, and my Gators are fixing to start playing. Yeah, they beat them 6-2. If anybody cares, #5 Washington beat #1 Oregon. So it continues. Dan the Car Man. I'm never really having issues with the American. The gun I don't like the most is a Glock. Oh my gosh, you are. What is wrong with you? You don't like Tundras and you don't like Glocks. Good. I, I, I don't even know what to say. Throb, you guys are all coming to my house to shave Krista's head. I'm in. Hey, we'll shave both of his head. I'm gonna put a gator on the back of yours and go Gators on the back of hers. That way it's just all, even. Keep it in the family. Just says, you really do have a good singing voice. Maybe you should do streams in the middle of the day. LOL. I appreciate that, Justin. I really do. I don't know if it's a good singing voice, but it's a singing voice. I can't hit very high notes, so most of the stuff I sing has to be low. Krista says, that's a no. No to the live streams or no to shaving your head? Because maybe she means she don't want the streams of me singing, but she still wants me to come shave her head. Maybe. Just says, silent live stream should never be something you'd have to worry about. If I did, I'm telling you, I'd end it because I would never want awkward silence. I mean, that just freaks me out. Carlos says, LOL, that was random, Rob. You must be drinking some good fire water. Eddie Smallhorn says, not a big fan of Glock, but is more personal. They're a very reliable gun. They are probably the most reliable handgun made overall. I mean, M&Ps are good too, and there's a bunch of other good guns out there. But overall, Glock has really stood the test of time. And it's like the Tundra, really, seriously. The Glock is like the Tundra. They've not changed it in forever, really. I mean, they made a few minor changes, took the finger grooves off, but the finger grooves were off of them when they first come out anyway. They added finger grooves in the middle and then took them back off and went back to the old school. So, it's like a Tundra. They're reliable. It is what it is, and you know what you're getting. That's why I like them. That's why I trust my life to a Glock. Um, Actually, I trust my life to this one right here. It's a Gen 5 with a Enforce APLC on it. I don't carry it in that holster most of the time. I carry it in a Stealth Gear holster. Throb Nation. The only reason I have it in that holster is because I have the Tundra safe with the holster I put in it, and I cannot carry my gun into work. So I carry it to my truck in that holster because it just fits in the safe with the gun. So I take the gun out and stick it in the holster in the safe, and I just throw that holster behind it. It covers the trigger guard and everything. I want to make sure that the trigger guard's always covered. Rob says, eating some poop corn, Carlos. I'm starving. Renaissance, does everyone have a damn gun? What the? Yeah, I've got more than one on the bed. Mike says spell check Rob. Throb says yes. Rob says crap. Popping corn. Eating some poopy corn. That must, man, I hope you don't kiss Krista tonight. Don't let him kiss you, Krista, with that poop corn mouth. King of the Crease, you were a cop, Eddie? Thunder Whisperer says, well, at this point, just give away a pack of condoms for 1,000 sub giveaway. That might not be a bad idea. Vince says, Ren, only better for protection is a used condominium. No doubt. Depends on what you're getting protection on. Justin says, Magnum is the best. Oh, are you talking about condoms or the size of your cartridge or your handgun? Throb Nation says, LOL, good with butter. King of the Crease, you should, 2 Renaissance, you live in AC. Eddie, yes, sir. A very short time, King of the Crease. Where was you a cop at? Was you a cop in Las Vegas or somewhere else you lived? Dan says, oh crap, Renaissance man knows where I live now, and I'm going to have to move to another state. Carlos, too late. Rob Rimman caught the comment. Thunder Whisper says, go Huskies, go Gators. Mike Roten says, LOL, Dan. Mike's play he's in North Carolina. So who you pull for, Mike? Is it Tar Heels? Is it North Carolina State? Duke? Just says go Gators, right? Hashtag go Gators, Justin. Renaissance, don't worry, Dan. I ain't going to Idaho. Eddie says, go Tigers. You know, I don't mind LSU. I really liked Les Miles, actually. And I wouldn't have minded had him as a coach. I'm really happy with Dan Mullen. Really, really happy with Dan Mullen. But if we'd have got Les Miles, I'd have been okay with that. Thunder Whisperer, I'm a Huskies play. If my Huskies play or Gator, want to wager gear. Depends on what sport. You talking about in women's softball? Maybe. I have pretty much confidence in women's softball. We've won a lot of women's softball championships. Renaissance, unless actually over the last 9 years, I think 8 of them has been either us or Oklahoma. Maybe it's 7 of those years. It's either been us or Oklahoma win in the last 9 years. Renaissance, unless witness protection orders me to. Dan the car man, what can I say, Gear? I don't like Toyota trucks, and I'm not a big fan of Glocks. I know I'm weird. LOL. Hey, it is what it is. You like what you like. I'm not, forcing my beliefs on you. I'm just telling you what my experiences are. Carlos, I have a lot of experience in guns. I've had 36 cars, but I've not had them long periods of times. I have a lot of experience with firearms. Carlos, Dan, the last guy was known as RVA. May he rest in peace. Yeah, where's he been? Has anybody heard about him? I've not heard anything from him, and I know I see comments in it in all these live streams talking about where's he at, but I've never heard anybody say anything about it. RVA, he was a good man. Chris of Green Beans, that is a no gear to shaving my head. No, no, no. Only Rob's. I have nothing to do with this. Mike says taken too soon. Justin says Rob's hair is about to due for a trimming. It's getting furry. Eddie was a cop. Damn, I'm on a new info overload. Renaissance says Carlos. Throb Nation says Krista needs an American flag in the back of her head. I'm in. I'm in on that too. I can do that. Carlos Redemption RVA 2017-2018. Rest in peace. Renaissance at Roten was. Chris said, it is, Justin. It's out of control. I know. He's getting that long hair going on. He's going to like shades for too much longer. I'm going for shades hair. I read Rob's mind. Mike says, taps gently playing. Has anybody heard from him? Seriously. Renaissance, and you guys don't think I know how to use a Sawzall. Funny. Carlos, LOL Mike. Eddie says, LOL Renaissance. Carlos says, oh, now I get it, Ren Man, Devil's Tool. That's right. We've been saying it for a while. Dan the Car Man, no condoms for me. I prefer all natural, if you know what I mean. I think we do. Just says, they like it raw, Dan. Renaissance, if I was allowed to have a gun, there would be a bullet shortage. I've created quite a bit of bullet shortages. I've got a bank at the house in North Carolina, and if you had all the lead that was in that bank out of it, I put in over the years, you probably couldn't haul it. And everybody, well, probably everybody's tundra on this channel, but you'd probably take 3 or 4 of them to haul all the lead that I put in that bank. Carlos, Ren Man, I thought your cult was disbanded. Mike says Tennessee. For some odd reason, oh, your team is Tennessee. I see. I'm around a lot of Tennessee fans here. Throb Nation says, go Bucks. Is that the East Tennessee State Bucks? Because we have a Bucks here, and it's okay if you pull for them. That's actually where I went to college. So if you're pulling for those Bucks, we're good. Jack says, good night to all. Be safe. Got to wake up early for work. See you next time. Thanks for being here, Jack. Thanks for the tool to give away, the multi-tool. I appreciate it. I'm sure Rob does too. You have a great night, and don't work too hard tomorrow. Mike says, wow, Eddie, crazy town. Carlos, good night, Jack. Fish says, later, Jack. Throb says, just wanted to get you saying it, gear. King of Crease, LOL Renaissance. Mike says, see you, Jack. We are reigning champs, though. In softball? Didn't last year? I thought Oklahoma won it last year in softball. Dan said, Renaissance Man, if I find out you're living in my state, I'm moving to another state. I don't want you anywhere near me, LOL. Throb says, not Jack. Renaissance says, at Carlos, what a bunch of junk that was. I had a good following. I know, disband y'all up. King of the Crease, LL Dan, the car man. Eddie says, Orange County was crazy, would never had worked OPD. Renaissance says, at Dan, you'll know that will mean there will be 2 cards on the road in Idaho. Renaissance RVA is alive. I was working. Who is the RVA? Justice says, if you do that for a giveaway, make sure the recipient has a partner, or it might encourage bad behavior. That's very true, Justin. Very true. Courtney says, yes, I talked to him. He is alive. I'm glad to hear that. Just says, I got to go. Good stream night. Thanks for being here, Justin. I greatly appreciate it, man. You have a good night and have a good weekend. Mike says, see you, Justin. Fish says, later, Justin. Carlos says, Andy RVA is working out in the gym and eating gumbo. That don't sound like 2 good things to do if you're working out and eating gumbo. I'm not sure gumbo would be a good workout food. Renaissance says, later, Justin, be safe. Lock your condom door. Yep. Tighten down all the condoms in your house. King of the Crease says, later, Rebel. Carlos says, see you later, Justin. Mike says, our man's on fire. Renaissance says, that Carlos, yeah, gumbo and gum. I'm sticking with the story. King of the Crease says, all day, Mike Roten. Eddie says, bye, Justin. Tunnel Whisperer says, Pac-12 champs. Okay, that's what you're saying. Carlos, yeah, we're SEC champs. We had a tough game the other day, though. Carlos says, LOL Renaissance. Courtney says, not Justin. Justin says, good night and thank you to all the love on IG. I really appreciate it. Hey, you're quite welcome. Thank you. Dan says, okay, now I hear that Renaissance Man may come to my state. I think I need to start purchasing a bunch of guns and arm up. I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Eddie says, gumbo is great workout food. Probably gives you a lot of energy, but I imagine it's kind of fattening. Probably got a lot of sodium in it. Mike says, and you're caught up. Oh, I know it. My arm's about tired. And Thunder Whisper says, what's in gumbo anyways? I think you can put a lot of stuff in gumbo, can't you? It's not just like one thing. Can't you just put like a bunch of stuff in gumbo? I'm sure people put different things in their gumbo. Dan says, hashtag keep Renaissance Man out of my state. Either like a seafood gumbo and like a crawfish gumbo. I mean, there's like tons of different gumbo, and I'd really like to know what's in my eye. Gum and Bow. Renaissance. Is Idaho and Europe on the French coast? They wear skinny jeans there, right? And they probably also wear banana hammocks, if I was guessing. I seen that a lot in Miami, where all them people from overseas, they all wore speedos. um, and they wore no tops. All the women were topless. Miami was the craziest place I'd ever seen in my life. Everybody was topless, and they all wore thongs, and all the guys had on these little bitty skimpy things. I looked at my wife, and she on a one piece, and I was like, "You feel overdressed?" And then she looked at me and said, "Do you?" And when I started looking around, I was like, "Well, I guess we're both a little bit overdressed because I had on board shorts." King of the Creek says, "Hello, Dan, the car man." Throb Nation says, "I think Go Buckeyes are in gumbo." They probably are. We threw that batch away because it was rotten. Thunder Whisper says, "Condom gumbo." I'm definitely out on that. Eddie says, "Check your Real Estate Whispers page. She has a video on it." I figured she did. I figured she probably made good gumbo. So go check out Real Estate Whispers page. And, she's got some funny videos out. And subscribe to her channel as well if you're not. Dan says, "At the Renaissance Man, you wish." King of the Creek says, "LOL Carlos." Mike Roten says, "Condom bow." I'm out on that. I ain't eating that. Renaissance says, "Eddie about Idaho." Dan the Car Man says, "Hey Carlos." Then that meant he would burn around me because I carry a cross with me at all times. Eddie says, "No gumbo." King of the Crease, later everyone, gotta go. Have a good night, King of the Crease. Renaissance says, "I wear a thong banana hammock. Gotta toast my buns." Oh my God. Throb Nation says, "Bye, King." Tundra Whisper says, "Later, y'all. Take care." Renaissance says, "Later, King." Courtney says, "Bye, King." Aficionado says, "Later, King." VCG says, "Later, King." Eddie says, "Nice and toasty as." Carlos says, "That might work, Dan. Yell out, 'The power of Christ compels you,' just in case." Carlos says, "See you, King." Ed says, "See you, King." Chris says, "Got to roll. Have a good night, everybody. Have a great night, Krista. Thank you for showing up." Eddie says, "Bye, King." Mike says, "See you, Tongue Whisperer." BCG toasted buns, laughing his arse off. And Aficionado says, "Bye, Krista." I've been on here 72 minutes. I'm caught up. Eddie says, "Bye, Krista," or "Good night, Krista." And Mike says, "Bye, Krista." Throb says, "Bye, Krista." I guess he's kicking her out of the house, or maybe he's leaving. Appreciate y'all being here. My arm's pretty tired. Edge says, "Too." My arm's a little tired tonight from holding it out in front of me so long. I hope y'all have a great night and a great weekend. Let's get caught up on this. See you guys. Take care. Don't forget. He's saying arm up, but his thumbs up. Renaissance, Dan, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Ed says 3. Mike says, "Have y'all get 5, 6. I'll post a pictures. I appreciate that. Once, nice stream gear up on. A good night, Slevin. Good night, everyone. Hey, good night, everyone. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a sub. Thanks for helping me get to 1,000 subs. You all are awesome. VCG says first. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. See ya.